Welcome, folks. Welcome to my corner of YouTube. This is my channel, Divine Hippie 2222. My name is Stephanie, and today I'm doing the reading for our spiritual journey. So, all right, let's get started. Let's see what we can expect. Let's see what's going on. We have the Hangman. And then, to clarify the Hanged Man, we have the Two of Pentacles, we have the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Three of Wands. Okay, so let's get into the message. So presently for this month, spiritual, be mindful of our attitude towards ourself. Are we thinking negatively? Now is the time to stop, as this may affect our outcome. Don't get bogged down spiritually. Release any old beliefs or negative thoughts that don't work for us anymore. By doing so, whole new spiritual worlds will open up to us and free us up to connect and free us up so that we can connect with our higher consciousness. So, blah energy, release that, shake it off, jump up and down, like literally shake it off. That's what this is saying, because that will free us up to connect with our higher consciousness for this month. So we need to be mindful of our thoughts, especially, I was going to say especially towards ourselves, but we should be mindful. I don't like the word should. Our focus, our intentionality is positive, beautiful thoughts towards ourselves and others. That'll help raise our vibration, okay? And that will aid and assist us in connecting to our higher consciousness. Okay, so now the Two of Pentacles. We are finding balance in all areas of our life, which will allow us to flourish and progress along our spiritual journey. There's more to life than material wealth, and we are appreciating the fulfillment a balanced mind, body, and spirit can bring. So you are able to identify the lower vibrational thoughts and emotions that the Hanged Man is referring to. That's what I'm gathering so far. Don't be bogged down spiritually. Release old beliefs or negative thoughts that don't work for us anymore. So that's our focus. Our focus this month is releasing, okay? That's what I'm taking so far. And in doing so, that is aiding us in achieving balance in all areas of our life, which will allow us to flourish and progress on our path. And we're understanding we can put time and effort into materialistic pursuits, but how much good does that do us without the rest of the balance? So it's like we're seeing that. understanding or comprehending. Yay. Yay. That's amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so now the Three of Pentacles. We will be learning or studying new spiritual practices in connecting to our higher conscious. And we will reap the rewards of the efforts that we put into our spiritual development. I think that's it, but I'm just going to flip through it. Yeah. So, releasing lower vibrational emotions, experiences, thoughts, scenarios, understanding that temporarily they slow us down. But that's okay, because we experience them as learning processes to identify the need to release them. That's what I'm getting. And that is going to aid us in achieving a greater balance of mind, body, and spirit. And this is going to be a good time for learning and studying new practices to connect to our higher consciousness, to connect to God, to connect to the universe, to connect with our guides, to aid in developing our abilities. And we will see the results. We will receive the payoff from the efforts put in to this aspect of our balance. Mind, body, and spirit. Yay! Okay, so now the Three of Wands. And we will be feeling happy with our spiritual progress. We are happy with it at the moment. We will continue that self-confidence regarding our spiritual practice throughout the month. And this is a good omen for psychic development, for foresight. So, be mindful of the energies that we allow inside of our vessel, because we're transistors, right? We're vessels. When we are able to identify, oh, you know what? I'm not feeling so good. This is a lower vibrational energy. What can I do to let it go, to release it? How can I change my thought process regarding this scenario, regarding this emotion, regarding this experience? So being mindful this month. Because we're imperfect. We can't. I do not know of anyone, that's me, right? I do not know of anyone that stays in a high vibrational place 24/7. We're human. So, but we are learning to get better at releasing and letting go of the lower vibrational thoughts and feelings and emotions and scenarios, and shaking them off and thanking that lesson, that experience, for teaching us to identify it, let it go, and then change our vibration, then raise our vibration back up. That's what I'm getting. Now is the time. Now is the time to really focus on that. To release any old, I can't do it, I wasn't able to in the past. No, that is the mindset. Those are the thoughts that need to go, because we are being molded and shaped, and it's a journey. So whatever psychic development, psychic abilities we were working on in the past and may have not had as much success as we had hoped on, they were stepping stones to get to this month. That's what I'm getting from this. By doing so, by releasing those thoughts, we will be opening whole new spiritual worlds will open up to us. Whole new developments, whole new abilities will open up to us. So it's like those beliefs, those incorrect beliefs that we may have been or were holding on to. This month is the month to shed them. And I say shed because of the snake at the bottom. By shedding them, we will release ourselves and move forward on our spiritual journey. So if the focus has been in other aspects, mind, body, spirit, right? Let's say your focus was your physical world and your physical body. Well, now it's time to switch. It's time to change direction. It's time to make adjustments. Because this card, let me flip back to that page. Two of Pentacles. We will be making the adjustments. We will be switching, if that makes sense. Because this is finding balance in all areas of our life. And this is going to allow us to flourish and grow on our spiritual journey, whereas previously we may have put it on the back burner from lack of results. But with lack of results, the effort also lessened too. So that kind of kept us stuck in the spiritual aspect of the balance. But we will be finding that balance this month. We will be appreciating our spiritual journey more this month. I think that's fantastic. Honoring and identifying the time and effort we're putting into the three different aspects of ourselves. We were still putting effort into ourselves, and that's to be commended. Now we're seeing, you know what? More effort was put in one aspect. So I can take some of that effort and adjust it into a different aspect. So we're still putting the same amount of time and energy into developing ourselves. We're just adjusting or changing lanes, some of the effort from one aspect into another. That's amazing. That's amazing, folks. Finding balance. So we will find this balance. It's going to require letting go of I couldn't do it in the past. I couldn't. What's the point? Like all of those little things that we tell ourselves, that we unintentionally implant as beliefs. And God is saying, no, you got to stop that. You got to stop that. So these opportunities, these lessons where we experience those lower vibrational thoughts, those lower vibrational emotions, understanding, those are the learning experiences. 2, make the adjustments. 2, identify. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Okay, now that I understand what it is that I'm doing, now I can let that go. And I can forgive myself. I think forgiveness is going to be a huge key. I just saw the Ankh as like a key in my head in that moment. But I think forgiveness is going to be a huge part of this. Forgiving ourselves. Forgiving ourselves for allowing us to believe that we I'm looking for the right words. Hold on. I'm trying to put the thought in my head because, again, I don't wish to implant a negative belief about myself by verbalizing a statement to you folks. Forgiving ourselves for allowing us to stay in a belief where we were unhappy with the results of the efforts, of the outcome. That's what I'm getting. God's saying it's time to let all of that go now. It's like we brainwashed ourselves into believing we were incapable of bigger and better abilities, bigger and better things, bigger and better thoughts, beliefs. That's what I'm getting. Letting all of that go. Because God's saying, I'm giving you this opportunity to find and achieve balance spiritually. But a little more effort is going to be required on our part. That's okay. This month, I believe, is about identifying and adjusting our efforts from one aspect of our life into the spiritual aspect of our life. And we do that by learning new practices, finding something that we feel comfortable in doing. Because what I mean is, if you want to meditate more, find a book that speaks plainly to you about meditation. Don't get some college doctorate, like using all of these words that we can't understand type book. That's what I mean. Buy a book that, or find a book on your shelf that speaks to you, that you comprehend. Because this is going to be studying and learning new aspects of practices. So find something, because we go to a bookstore and there's going to be umpteen books on meditation. That's what I mean. Find one that speaks to you. Doesn't matter if the most popular book on Amazon means nothing to you. If it doesn't talk to you, if you don't understand it, then don't mess with it. Find one, learning and studying new spiritual practices. So find a book that talks to you, that speaks to you, that resonates with you. Because we will reap the rewards of the efforts that we put into that this month. Shedding the beliefs that we are unworthy, incapable, just don't get it. Maybe we have feelings of being overlooked by God, by the universe. Letting all of that go. Because it's also up to us to put the time and effort into these practices. And by doing so, we will reap the rewards of the efforts that we put into it. And we will be feeling very happy with those efforts that we put in to the spiritual aspect, because we're already working on ourselves physically. We're already working on ourselves materialistically, right? So now it's time to develop spiritually. And we will be happy with the results. And it's also a good omen for psychic development. So maybe go buy a book on psychic development as well as meditation. And it doesn't have to be psychic development, because they're all psychic abilities. So whatever ability speaks to you, that's the practice to focus on. That's what I'm getting. Because you will reap the rewards. You will feel loved and seen and cherished by the universe, due to the efforts that we put into ourselves. God can only do so much. We have to do the rest. So, the cards at the bottom of the decks. For the major arcana, the moon in reverse, and that is this book. This is an indication that we may have been blocking, ignoring, or misrepresenting the message Spirit is trying to give us. It can be a sign that we're not tuning in to our psychic powers, or that our intuition is clouded. The intuitive or psychic ability of the upright moon is still there. We just need to tune into it. We need to release those thoughts, those beliefs that this is all there is. What else is there? And the moon in the upright, because in reverse, it says the intuitive or psychic ability of the upright moon is still there. We just need to tune into it. We need to identify. We can take effort from this aspect and put it here. So the moon in the upright, it's a great card to get because it's all about intuition. If we're interested in psychic development or healing work, that could be another aspect, another book to purchase. We will find everything flows really naturally for us, and we're open to receiving messages from Spirit. So pay attention to our dreams, any thoughts, visions, or gut feelings we have. Our spirit guides may be trying to tell us something important. Some quiet time and meditation would be helpful here. Okay, so meditation, healing, psychic development, I'm pausing now. I'm looking at the cards and I'm taking the moon in reverse, the message literally. It indicates blocking, ignoring, or misrepresenting the message Spirit is trying to give me. So I'm going to look at the cards for a minute and see what the cards are telling me. Change works virtue. Change works virtue. I'm seeing all these circles. So it's like you've been running in circles, feeling like you're not getting anywhere. And that's why you feel stuck. Letting go of those beliefs. That we're not getting anywhere. We're not advancing. We're not growing. But the snake has adjusted his mouth and the tail is sticking out. Now, guys, I'm going to be honest with you. The sign, I think that's Saturn. I don't know. I need to study those signs and the symbols and their meanings because I understand that the Thoth deck, I know it because they're everywhere in the cards. There's a little symbol there, a little symbol there, but I don't know them. So maybe that's where I should focus my study or my new practices. But that's also an infinity symbol. We are divinely connected to the universe, infinitely connected. We just need to release ourselves from these thoughts. These thoughts are damaging our progress. There's all this water in the background, it looks like. It's like we're balanced, but our emotions could use more balancing. Huh? I want to say that's the sun. I'm not sure what that symbol is down there. The more time and effort we honor our connection, it's like these abilities will come rushing in at us. And the moon in my Thoth deck for my spiritual readings is now going to be in the upright position. Two, three, three. 5, 6, 7, 8. We have an abundance of abilities. 2 plus 3 plus 3. 2 plus 3 plus 3. I'm being drawn to the 2 yin yangs. one is one has a white background and the other one has a darker background. So our efforts should be split morning and night. In this balance. And the more time and effort we put into it, the more these abilities will just come rushing in. The identifying, the progress. And we will receive clarity on other abilities, on how to progress forward. Hangman's about being unsure which direction to take. Just start with one. I need to start with meditation. Me personally. So start with one ability. But start. Day and night. And that is how the universe will show us which path and which direction to go in. Maybe we're interested in all sorts of abilities, right? And we're not sure what, well, we can't put a little bit of time. We can put a little bit of time and effort into each one. However, we will only progress extremely slowly in each one. So start with one. And then the path will become clear as to where to go from there. One practice, day and night. And things will just flood in a positive manner. And what I'm getting going back to the water metaphor, what I'm getting is when everything floods in, it's actually going to be underneath you and be supporting you. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Because it's like the water, it's not covering the wheel, it's underneath the wheel in those aspects. So we will not be consumed, we will be supported. And if you're interested in multiple aspects, I suggest you pick 3 to start with. If you just have one, then that's perfectly acceptable. Then I think 2 more will become aware to you. Two threes. The Hanged Man is 12. 4 divided by 3. The Moon is 18. That's also divisible by 3. 3. Something about 3 will be important to you folks this month. But clarity will be achieved. If you're unsure if you're unsure which direction to take your practices in, if that makes sense. Psychic development, healing, boosting our intuition, psychic development, all this effort will support us in progressing and moving forward on our path. I just noticed this too. There's a star behind the wands, and then it looks like a flower behind the star. So we will blossom. We're watering ourselves so that we can blossom. Because right now, it looks like it's dry. No water, no leaves, no vegetation. Just dry, cold, and stark. That's what happens when we don't know what to do. When we're unsure how to move forward. We have the abilities. High Priestess was underneath the Moon card. But adjustments are needed. This was underneath the High Priestess. Look at the energy waves coming out of her head, in front of her, and swirling around her body. And see the net? Maybe we have subconsciously created a wall, but that wall is going to come crashing down this month. And all of that effort that we put in will flow in nicely to support us, to aid in us blossoming, and to aid in the clarity as to which abilities and which direction to go with the abilities we wish or choose to develop this month. Day and night. Priority. I gotta take my own advice. Day and night. Feeling stuck. Unsure. Is this all there is? We gotta let that go. That's the wall. But see, we can see through the wall. We can see through the net. And the high priestess, us, we're the ones holding the net. All we have to do is drop it. Releasing those old beliefs, those negative emotions, those lower vibrational thoughts. And I just noticed this too. Remember I said cold and stark? Well, look, this was the first card that was pulled. Cold and stark. And then see how the blues get warmer? And then it comes into an orange and yellow and red. So it's like we're growing, literally. We're emerging. We are developing this month. And we will blossom. We will come out of this cold place. Feeling like we're just running around in circles spiritually. But we have to set aside time day and night. And I'm seeing the nails in the hangman's hands and feet. Consider adding the Bible into your practice. It has been super, super helpful and beneficial to me. On a spiritual level, on a religious level, on a physical level, and on a metaphysical level. Three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, two, and where was the third one I saw it? Oh. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I mean, there are threes all in this. Three abilities. Maybe 3 times a day. Multiplication times. Sorry. So we have to shed the belief that we are incapable, the opposite of good enough, the opposite of smart enough. We're in this cold, dark place right now. We're coming out of it. Transitioning into this beautiful, warm place where we are nurturing and developing and blossoming and receiving clarity. So I talked about a book. Consider adding the Bible into it. I'm not telling you have to. That's your choice. It was beneficial to me. It helped me develop one of my abilities. Taught me about being a physical medium. Believe it or not, it did. It is. I also benefited personally, developing my values and my morals. So I recommend the Bible, but that's just my recommendation. But I also need to work on meditation. If that's the symbol for the sun is present in the Three of Wands and also present in the Moon card inside of this orb. Because I'm interpreting this as the moon. I mean, this is the moon, but only that part of the moon is visible, right? So that's why I'm seeing this as the sun. Set aside time during the day and in the evening. We will be happy with the results that we put in. We will develop. We will mature. We will grow. We have to shed. See how all of these strings are coming from his head? We have to shed all of the negativity from here. That we're not good enough. You guys are amazing. You're here for a reason. God doesn't create junk. I gotta listen to my own words. All right. So moving out of this cold start place, pick one ability to focus on first. Once we are in a routine of performing that practice, and we notice when we have more time to add more, remember I said possibly 3? Then that's when we can add practice of a different ability in. Whoop. We will be shown our direction. We will be shown the correct path to focus on. It's partially hidden right now, but clarity is coming. It's coming. clarity, foresight, psychic abilities. Okay, let me get to the card at the bottom of the minor arcana. The Queen of Cups. Strong intuition and psychic abilities. Now is a good time if you are seeking to develop your psychic abilities. As this card indicates, a big increase in psychic powers. It indicates that an intuitive female will help you on your spiritual path. We are capable. We are worthy. We are able. It's just putting the time and effort. Nope, that's this card, sorry. Putting the time and effort, taking the efforts from other aspects of our life to making time to put the time and effort into the spiritual aspect. Oh, and this is Pentacles. Take it out of the physical. Take it out of the physical so we can put it into the spiritual. Our physical life, Three of Pentacles, will be balanced still by removing some effort from our physical aspect to putting it into, boom, wand, spirituality. Clarity. Strong intuition. Strong psychic abilities. We are capable. We have to develop ourselves. The universe is just waiting to give it to us. We have to be willing to accept. And how we accept is by putting in the time and effort. I'm not going to lie. I have not been putting in the time and effort because I have felt overlooked. I have felt, I'm good at cards. Is this all there is? Am I going to receive all my knowledge through the cards and that's it? I got to look at myself. I got to release my old thoughts, my lower vibrational beliefs, and look at removing physical aspects of my day, not removing permanently, but making adjustments. I want to say this is the Justice card. Making adjustments so I can drop that net. We are more than capable, folks. It's just going to come rushing in a positive way. And it will support us. And nurture us. And it will aid in our blossoming. All right. If you would like to know more about this for you, because this is just general energy, general reading. If you want to know more about your specific spiritual path, my email address is below. I would be honored to assist you in your journey. And my readings are timeless, folks. It takes as long as it takes for the message to come out. So I'll see you folks next month. Bye.